This, my friends, is when we really start having fun. Never before have we put together a lineup of incredible people like the folks you're about to meet. They're here with me to help explore the circumstances and scenarios that you can apply everything you just learned to. This is what I love about negotiation. It's fast, it's dynamic, it's full of twists and turns and plays, and it's a puzzle, and it's where the adrenaline comes from. It's why a lot of us are deal junkies. It's why we're all here. You do that deal, you figure it out, no one thought you could do it. I want to do another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. This is where you're going to watch how the adaptive skills that you've learned in the first two sections of the course work in action, okay? You're going to watch one of the most intense negotiations I've ever been a part of. And I'll teach you some of my secrets for generating ideas on the fly using those improv skills. After that, you're going to watch a roundtable discussion between some of our very own Sirhant superstars. They're going to talk about how being underestimated in the negotiation space is not something that holds them back. And I can tell you that's the truth, because these folks are some of the best in the business. They do work for me after all. Now, before we get started with our next guest, I am super excited about this one, by the way. I want to reflect a bit on what we've already talked about, because I know it's been a lot. The CODO, close on day one, mindset and method is a big contributor to my success. It drives my every move from the moment I get a lead. Researching is a big part of that before I meet the client and other parties, as is leveraging resources and knowing my process and all of the sea critters and managing expectations on all sides of things. But all of that technical stuff is nothing without an awareness of the fact that real estate sales brings out the best and worst in people. I mean, I've had grandmothers lie to my face to save $5, okay? It's happened, I've been there, I've moved on. Buying a home is emotional. Selling a home is stressful. And yes, a lot of that can be good emotions and some good stress, joy and pride and love and all the warm and fuzzy feelings that we get, but it's also stressful, it's scary. It's scary. And if you ignore those things as an agent, you're a robot. You're ignoring the components that'll truly make the sale for you. When I negotiate, I don't negotiate with someone's wallet. I don't care. I negotiate with their feelings, their heart. I negotiate with everything else second. This way, you can understand what you're actually negotiating in the first place. Because everyone makes decisions with their heart. They just tell you they made it with their wallet. Negotiation is never about money. Don't listen to anyone who tells you otherwise. It is not true. People will always go up or down in prices. They're going to go up and down in net worth. They got the money and then they don't have the money and then they got it again. There's always different ways people can come up with excuses for not to do things, but it's up to you to figure out the true underlying causes and the fear to get them to do the thing. They use money as an excuse, right? It's always about one of two things. It's about principle, it's about ego. Those are the things that people protect in a negotiation. So those are the things that you're negotiating with. Write that down. And that is why a deal won't happen if you're working for yourself or even just working with your client. You have to think of every buyer as someone who's ready for a life to begin. And every seller is someone who raised their children in that house that they're leaving behind. That is what you're negotiating with. Even if you're doing a commercial deal or an institutional deal where, yeah, it is mostly about the money, there's still ego and principle at stake that you're dealing with more than anything. The bigger the deal, the less it is about the money. You can never forget that it's the human factor that'll make or break your deal. Your clients are real people with real emotions, real heartstrings to pull on, and you're helping them build their legacy on the buy side and the sell side, on the rent side and the tenant side, right? That's huge. Negotiating is the final chapter in your client's story, and you need to do whatever it takes to give them their happily ever after.